Happy
Great.
to see you.
And you, thank you. Thank you as well for, again, thank you for participating in the online forum. That was great.
Thank you so much. And by the way, Alf, we are going to make this Russia-British forum as well on the end of November.
Okay, cool.
Which we discussed, like it could be webinar, but we can make it a large-scale event and connect the whole Russia to it, actually.
Wow.
So if you don't mind.
Sounds great. Yeah, fabulous. Do you think they're for an offline event? Do you think you'll get the people at the moment, or I mean, it's something we're always looking at, and it's a sort of difficult decision.
The sound was interrupted, Alf. I'm sorry. Could you repeat, please?
Yeah, sorry. No, just I was wondering about offline events. Obviously, we're very keen to start, but we're never quite sure, given the with the situation, when the right time is. But you're confident you could do an offline one in November?
No. Right now we were talking about online.
Okay.
Because actually in Moscow they canceled all the events for November and December, and so it's just. I think it will be tricky to plan anything like this in any country for today.
Definitely, yes, yeah.
They limited like for 200 people for each event, but still it is not, you can't have any guarantee that they will keep this number of people for each event, like for more than, till the end of October. So we keep on going with online, and actually we have a lot of contracts right now from territories of Russia for medium and small business who ask us to make their planned offline events on the platform.
No, that's great. Yeah, no, we'd be delighted to help in that.
Yeah, our pleasure. We made around 50 online events already during half a year.
Yeah.
It's going on like almost every day, especially with Russian Export-Import Chamber, with governments of territories, with actually I had forum with the Ministry of Tourism on just on weekend.
Yeah.
There were around 11,000 people participating.
Gosh, amazing.
Yeah, so we are just exercising,
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, I mean, we've done lots of our program has been, I think we've probably done about 30 since lockdown, so quite a bit. But
quite a bit,
yeah, but obviously we don't have the same reach as you, so that they're sort of smaller scale. But even so, they've been good, and we dream of having a reach of 11,000, but who knows?
But I'm sure we'll make more together when we make this event in the. I assume we can do it in the end of November, but right now I'm just developing the program, the ideas for the program, and I think that next week. I will send you already some draft of my ideas, what we can do, because actually a lot of territories right now are interested in export-import development with Great Britain.
Yes,
and I'm talking about the business in territories of Russia, to which we are very attentive right now. And of course, they are looking for new markets and for international marketplaces as well. And Great Britain is a great deal of interest for Russian companies as well.
Yeah.
So we want to consolidate them around it.
Yeah, no, that's great. We've recently been speaking to Tyumen region, Orenburg, Bashkortostan. Yeah, and Kazakhstan. So we're always trying to sort of increase our sort of reach into the region. So that would be very interesting.
We are just ready to do this. Let's start from this project, and I'm sure we have a good infrastructure with the Ministry for Economic Development of Russia. and they have perfect infrastructure for business, which they started 2 years ago. And during the quarantine, actually, any businessman or entrepreneur came for government support to them. So right now, this combination is really well connected, I would say, and that's why it's really, for now, it is a really good infrastructure for communicating with business all over Russia. And as we have these resources well as a partner of ministry, we can attract them for the forum or for the projects and for export-import discussions as well. And maybe we can do some trade and mission like online as well. We already organized it with Germany just 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So we can do just the same formats with Great Britain.
That sounds great. Yeah, no, that sounds very interesting indeed. We obviously, I think everyone would prefer to do live offline trade missions, but I know Germany has been leading the way on online trade missions. So that's definitely something we're interested in. Good.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
We have the list of questions actually, so we can follow up. Luis is still together with us. We just need to find the moment where we can start our.
Yeah, I mean, we're recording it as well locally, but if I know you mentioned you guys are as well, so when you're ready to go, I'll turn my camera off. There should be then an RBCC background will come up, but we can crop that out after. So yeah, we're good to go whenever.
Sorry about that. My son, his class has been locked down as of yesterday, so he's in the background.
Oh, no.
He's doing schooling, but
say hi to him.
Yeah,
bit of a nightmare.
We've just received an announcement here in London that we're going into tier 2 lockdown, which is the next level up.
Oh, really? Oh no, what a pain. Yeah. Olga, I mean, this is for you basically. So do you want me to wear a tie or without? I mean, it's the image you're assessing.
I think we have it more informal. I feel more casual about it. Though I like your tie very much.
But I thought you would want it slightly less formal, but I have it here if that's not the image you wanted. That's great. So Luis, will we? Who's editing it? Us or you, Olga?
Just a moment, что? Это интернет. Это не с телефона. Just a moment with the address. I'm sorry,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's fine.
We're just looking how to make that picture. To make that. Он сейчас висит. Okay. There, just try to make a beautiful picture. Sorry, Alf. Perfection is some coffee and we can start.
Yeah. Shall we start?
Yeah, we can start. Yeah, I'm totally ready.
Okay, great. Shall I? I'll do a general introduction and then go into the questions, if that's all right.
Yes, please, Alf.
Okay. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are, or whenever you're listening to this broadcast. Today, I'm in conversation with Olga Grishchenko, a Senior Vice President at Synergy Corporation and long-time partner of RBCC. Olga, delighted to be able to speak to you today, and I have a few questions, if I may.
Hi, Alf. I'm really happy to see you, and really my best regards to your team in RBCC. Really perfect team, and love the guys, all of them. And I'm sure that our cooperation will bring a lot of resourceful projects in future, and has brought already. So sure, I'm ready for any questions. Do please.
Great. I'll start off with a general question. It's really what sort of benefits and pardon the pun, what synergies do you see that there are or might be between the RBCC and Synergy Corporation?
Well, Synergy Corporation is actually the worldwide organization. We have the representative office in different countries, and they're mostly connected with educational services all over the world. And the business of Synergy is really it's different. We have the art projects. We have, for example, in London every year we have the week of Russian cinema in London and Great Britain, and so our interests are really very broad all over the world. And of course, Great Britain is of great interest for us as country with perfect business infrastructure. We can cooperate with as the center of events, different kind of it starts from concerts, from exhibitions, from different events that are really interesting for us and which we also organize in Great Britain. And of course, 2 years ago we started our work with the Minister of Economy in the project of development small and medium enterprise of Russia. And of course, for now, it is a great interest among these companies to cooperate with Great Britain. So we have more aims to cooperate with RBCC now, because business is really developing in Russia towards the cooperation with English companies. And of course, I know a lot of my friends who are actually representative of British business in Russia, and we cooperate, but some of them I really met on some of your forums, if I'm not mistaken, and that was a good start for partnerships as well.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's a very interesting area. Would you mind just maybe going in a bit more detail, specifically whether you actually are dealing with any specific British companies at the moment, and maybe what sectors in the UK you're particularly interested in getting into?
So if we are talking about educational sector, of course, we are interested in cooperation with universities, which are really highly presented in Great Britain, like tops of them. And we are interested in partnerships with them in exchanging students who are interested in British education and studying British culture. And so this is just one of point is educational partnerships that we need to develop our strategy for worldwide education. Second is the small and medium enterprise. We're just starting this thing, and I hope that we will make this forum that we started to discuss, which will help to cooperate Russian companies with British ones in different terms of interests on different fields like maybe even tourism. Because on last meeting, as I understood, a lot of British companies want to cooperate with Russia for tourism, and the same way out a Russian tourism company look for. And I won't point out particular companies right now, because I'm sure that after such forum, we'll have the huge package of them. And I hope that it will be beneficial for both sides. I'm sure it will be. Yes. If we are talking about particular companies, it's difficult to point that because we are just starting our communication. We are just having new ideas how to develop it, but I'm sure that like in 2 months, I will be happy to let you know what collaborations we made already with British partners.
Great. That sounds very optimistic, which we're always pleased to hear at the current time. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Synergy is the biggest provider of private education in Russia. And that suggests that you have a very good relationship with the Russian authorities. Can you perhaps describe that in a bit more detail? And I know in the UK, public-private partnerships are very popular. Maybe tell the audience a little bit about how that works in Russia.
Well, actually, you're totally right. In the structure of our cooperation, we have the biggest Russian private university. And this is not really a usual thing for Russian market, because traditionally the higher education has been provided by the state universities, and actually we have quite a number of them, and this market is just started developing. And if we look like from the point of view of partnership with the government here, I think that this is really very prosperous field. We have a lot of different investment combinations in different fields like energy, infrastructure, roads, and so on and so forth in Russia. But what is not really usual thing is, unfortunately yet, but I hope will be very soon, is the investment into social and educational sphere. The reason is very obvious, and I told you about it, is that because this market is not a market at all, because it's spread around the state universities and totally subsidized by the government. And for now, so Synergy works as the commercial university, as most of the worldwide universities, but still we have our own grants for free education. And we collaborate here with government as well. And in the nearest future, we are starting several projects in the territories of Russia, which are going to work with education like a private commercial entity as well, as some of the universities of Russia are interested in the very contemporary professions, which are not really taught right now by the state universities, and they are not really that flexible as necessary to react on the market development. So for this very reason, we are just, Synergy is really the experts of professional market, and we are opening a new schools, or let's call it institutions. I don't know, in every country it's different, yeah, faculties, like every year 2 or 3 new ones to provide market with the necessary experts and specialists on the fields that are really rapidly developing in country, and those the market is not just provided by the staff. And recently we have signed the agreement with Development Association of Russia. So we are providing the marketing for development market right now, and we are working out the mutual program today. We also develop the animation department right now, because actually in Russia there is no major animation school. And so we are going to be the first one in Russia who have, and we are going to have international license. So these specialists could be able to work abroad with these licenses, not only for Russian market. So as they, and here we also in collaboration with our country and national projects, as if we take any of these national projects for today, and we discuss it on the forum before, there are 13 of them. In every project, there is a point that provision and education of the specialists for carrying out these projects. And if we take the national project for digital economy development in Russia, we can see that they are going to spend a huge amount of money to provide the staff for this development. And of course, we are interested in this program, and we are involved in carrying out this agenda with the government. So we are involved in preparing this stuff for the national projects and for the major ideas. National projects actually are major ideas for development on different fields in Russia. Like I told before, it is like small and medium enterprise development, digital economy development. It is also medical care, culture, and so forth. I think like in every country, they have special program for each field. And so we collaborate with our government in national projects. We are presented in several expert groups who are working out the amendments to this national project right now, because I think Corona made everyone change the approach to nearest future, and so they amend really the agenda, the budgets, and so on and so forth, and they try to support somehow every field. So I think that in the nearest future we are going to start a lot of projects with government, not only on educational fields, but as well like development of small and medium enterprise. We're going to proceed with this work, and of course we are finding the new trends, like I told you, like we want to develop the trade, export import operations with major countries of interest for Russian business, and with those countries who are interested in this work, and maybe also to for example, in New York, we have company who is providing the integration of the companies, not only Russian ones, to Amazon platform. So we are really involved in on every market field, and actually we have a number of venture companies. Maybe you know we have also business school. We teach MBA as well, and our major idea here that before we recommend anything to business, we try it ourselves. So we have a number of venture companies. It concerns also IT development, IT products, and development of different spheres of business, or marketing, online trading, and so on. So we first try it ourselves, then we see that it really works, and then we teach it in our MBA school.
Great. Gosh, that's a fascinating insight, and I have to say I had no idea the extent of the extent of synergy and all the areas it was involved in. And I love the idea of the animation school. That will be really interesting, and hopefully we'll be able to speak about that when that's properly off the ground. Obviously, at the moment, the pandemic is of huge concern to business. It's affecting certain sectors and certain industries, but I think everyone would agree that SMEs are being particularly hit, and also entrepreneurship is slightly vulnerable at the moment. Can you just talk to the audience about how you feel the Russian state is supporting entrepreneurship generally, and perhaps with coronavirus, well, keeping coronavirus in mind?
Yeah, sure. As I told you before, last year we were involved into the project of promotion and development of small and medium enterprises of Russia. And we in the Ministry of Economy of Russian Federation, of course, as the main leader and the owner, I would say, of the project, we developed the huge infrastructure around Russia, which is created to support business in consulting, in microfinancing, in tax relief as well, and then different measures. There are two ways of supporting, actually, two sources of support of small and medium enterprises. First is federal one, which are provided to all the companies all over Russia. And actually, every of those 85 territories, like we have like the same structure as the United States, for example, they have their own laws for support of small and medium enterprises as well. And so governors work out their own measures to support business in their own territory. So most of them concerns the tax relief. They created a lot of techno parks where you have, or special economic zones where you have special, I would say, package. I would, when you have like energy tariff, when you have land, when you have tax relief, when you have administration of the government in different paperwork and so on. So every territory is really different, but governors are quite successful in finding the way to support their business there. And that was really good luck that we started this work previous year. And so when this all happened, and Corona just locked every business around, it was the way of communication of this business through infrastructure of, they are called My Business, the center is My Business. And they organize the networking between government, between entrepreneurship, between local governments. And, when they were trying to make the lockdown measures, they were trying to decide what companies they are closing and which are strategic and must go on working. And they were really very well interacting, and that helped a lot to let most of companies work. They worked out special measures to prevent like those not really good effect of Corona, and like to localize this production or something. And they stayed open, or they helped them to start their business in the internet. And in some territories, their business and turnover became twice bigger than before Corona. So there are successful territories who managed to just get out their business from the offline market and to plunge it into internet trading. And they developed just like 3 or 4 times. So there are really successful collaboration between business, government, and even synergy. We were providing like, 2 times a week, we are making a crisis webinar all over Russia with those business of my business and infrastructure. And they also involved the regional business there into this broadcasting, and we were sharing what problems they have, how to solve them, how different territories already solved them, how they can cooperate. They could exchange their contacts during our broadcasting. And that was just really live work on field when we were collaborating, and the government were listening very attentively, trying to work out those measures that would really work. And at the same time to let governors take those measures that are necessary in their very territory, because it really differs. They have different climate, different people, different business. In some territories, there's industrial business. It's a huge business which have different problem. And so it can't be the one solution for the whole Russia. And that was, I think, was the only right idea, to let territories work out their own measures to help business on territories. So right now they still have a lot of measures to support, like, for example, if the company keeps all her staff during the crisis, government finance their salary for half a year. So it is not a loan, it is a subsidiary that is helps to keep the whole staff working, even if they have to be locked down during the quarantine. So I think that that worked really well. And they also provide microfinancing and the tax relief for the period of quarantine for most of the enterprise of Russia. So these measures do work very well, and I think that right now we just all hope that no one will be locked down for a new wave. But still, there is no prognosis of the government who would ever, even the total government working offices and White House is operating like every day and weekends. And so all the staff and the synergy companies, also everyone is here on their place. We're not locking down, and I hope we won't.
Great. Thank you very much. And it's very reassuring to hear that there's such comprehensive package in support of business, obviously at this critical stage. Olga, I know you are a successful businesswoman, obviously. I know you had a successful career before you joined Synergy, and that you your specialty was in economics and investment. But perhaps you might give us your thoughts on how you think coronavirus has accelerated the digitization of the economy. There's a lot of talk about it having sort of accelerated things by 5 years. I read that in the public press a lot. Just very interested in your views on that. And then really, and sort of progressing from that, how you perhaps see the Russian economy post coronavirus pandemic.
Mm-hmm. So starting from digitalization of the world market in Russian as well, it is, I think that most of the world is not using some applications in the internet yet, only because they don't have internet on their territory. Everywhere where internet is really well supported and provided, everyone is using digital technologies already. So I believe that this coronavirus lockdown made us all use only internet devices and internet meetings. And of course, it can't substitute personal meetings. Of course, it's different. But as it turned out, and I see it's perfectly well, most of huge companies all over the world and in New York, and I'm sure in Great Britain as well, they are showing perfect operating results from home. And at the same time, as some of my friends who have really huge companies with a staff of like 10,000 people or 100,000 people, they say that it is tremendous economy. They save huge amounts of money for providing, they still pay for the rent of the buildings. But even if you keep these expenses, you don't pay for paper, printers, and cleaning and so on. And they say like, Olga, you can't imagine what amount of money we save here, even if we keep paying for the building. Of course, I think that most of the companies in the whole world will use internet communication, electronic signatures, and this really started like all over the world right now. And right now we can just sign any agreement online. And we are making press conference online. We are talking right now with you online, and it's for sure it saves a lot of money for travel, business traveling, and so on. And we still can keep it for our personal emotions and to travel for ourselves. But it is obvious that market saves a lot of money sitting at home using internet. If we are talking about worldwide trade, I'm sure that this is the perfect time for the platforms. And this like Amazon and all these different platforms all over the world, they are rapidly developing. And actually during this crisis in Russia, they started a lot of Russian platforms to organize like in Russia trading as well, because these licenses and their high standards for international trading, you can't match them at once, especially if you just started your business. But if we're talking about the start, it is really good to start trading all over Russia, and then you can develop and to how to match all these demands of these international platforms, not maybe one at a time, but during some time, some period, and then you can just match this international trading. And I'm sure that they increased like 3 or 4 times during Corona time. They are really on high demand. So I think global trading can be possible right now only thanks to the development of the internet. And if we're talking about Russia in this very case, Russia is going to spend a tremendous amount of money to provide the internet all over Russia. So I think we will increase the internet market in Russia, and not only market, but also the communicational field in Russia, like 2 or 3 times by the end of the 2024. At least these are the terms of the national projects. Maybe they will prolong them a little bit, but anyway, Russian market will be really increased by the availability of this internet all over Russia. And what else? Well, I think that even after Corona, the whole world will be still like 50% of the whole market will stay in the internet, because it's more cost effective, it's more rapid, it is more flexible, and of course it's I think it is a future. We're saving a lot of time, and time is is the most expensive currency in the world. So, but of course, I think that traditionally will stay on some fields, like by personal presentation. It's just for us. And
Great.
the second was question, the after Corona. Could you please repeat, because I was a little bit mixed after the answering the first one question.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks. That's the end of the questions that I have. Obviously, we'll edit it. Sorry, I missed that. For some.
The question was the if I'm not mistaken, how I see Russian economy after pandemic. Alf, can you hear me?
And Olga, I'm just going to check the internet.
Yeah, sure.
It's like the Wi-Fi is a bit shaky.
Hello. Hopefully that might have. Yeah, I think that hopefully improved it a bit.
Yeah, right now it works.
Great, good.
The last question was the how do I see the Russian economy after pandemic?
After the pandemic. Do you want me to ask that question again and then close the interview?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, great. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Olga, I know you're a successful businesswoman. I know you had a very successful career prior to joining Synergy Corporation, and your expertise was as an economist and an investment expert. I'd be very interested to hear your views on all the talk about how the coronavirus has accelerated the digitization of the economy. You'll read lots of articles about how it speeded up the process by 5 years and even more in some articles. And following on to that, really, how you see how the Russian economy developing. In fact, I'll do that one again. That was not very good. Okay.
Actually, I already answered the half of it, so your question was absolutely fine. I just forgot to answer the last one, the follow-up question that how do I see the Russian economy of the after pandemic. So it's and that can we can ask just
I'll ask that. I'll say this. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, okay. Olga, I'm afraid our interview is coming to an end. I think we got time for one last question, and I think it's quite a general one, but how do you see the Russian economy developing after the pandemic finishes?
Actually, right now I see that Russian economy already developing and has been doing it all the time during pandemic. It has been dramatically changing the approach, changing markets, changing fields actually. Right now, most of the companies who were dealing, for example, with restaurants for the start of the pandemic, right now are dealing with the delivery services and integrated with huge platforms. And right now, we can see that a lot of businesses cooperated in Russia to work together to overcome those difficulties, because when you are just a bigger entity with more opportunities on the market, it is much easier. And the corona could make it more competitive, but it made it more friendly. That is really surprising. We have a lot of collaborations in the end, a lot of companies that just started during the corona, though some of them of course had to close, but I think that was just, we speed up the somehow corona just speeded up the development of the market. And most of companies who were just thinking about internet integration, right now they're just trading online, and all the services you can find just in internet. And I really forgot when was the last time when I was visiting shop or paying by the cash. I'm going everywhere with my iPhone, and I'm already in habit of buying most of things in my iPhone. So it's really easy. And I think that after this corona, we just have amended market, different market, a new one. And I'm sure the same we have in all the other countries. And those flexible and strong countries and those who used it for like a new opportunity for development and succeeded, they are leaders of the market today in Russia, and I hope will be soon. And furthermore, and I'm sure the same we have in every other country all over the world. Someone has used it like an opportunity, and right now they are a success. And I think this is what concerns any business. You never have like a perfect moments, you know, like a very smooth economy in any country to develop your business. You can't earn a lot of money on the things which are made by everyone. You're finding your unique path, and right now on Russian market I see a lot of them, and I'm sure that we just started a new era, like before corona and after corona, and this is different. We are not overcoming crisis, we are just constructing new economy.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much. Again, very, very interesting perspective on how you see the Russian economy developing. Olga Grishchenko, Senior Vice President at Synergy Corporation, thank you very much. And on behalf of the RBCC, we look forward to a long and fruitful collaboration. Thank you.